Oh, hi, hello, friends. Welcome back to From Lacey's Point of View. We are going to be talking about our very first buddy read that we're doing on this channel, and that is Dangerous Haven by Luna Pierce. This chat specifically is going to be about chapters 1 through 18. So if you have not gotten completely through chapter 18, hang off until you get to that point because spoilers abound. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. If you have not read this book, or you aren't as far as I am talking about, please stop watching and come back as soon as you are done with chapter 18. So first of all, this is a dark romance and it's kind of giving some mafia vibes. We're with the main character, London, as she is just getting over some major trauma and she is placed in the care of Archer. Okay, so as far as characters go, Archer is the grumpy recluse from crime boss family of some sort. And I'm pretty sure from what we know, he was the enforcer of that family. He was also a foster child who grew up with this family that he is in this with. But they all see themselves as brothers and sisters, which is fantastic that they were able to have some found family moments. And now London is coming in, busting through all of his OCD tendencies. He hates that she is such a mess, and she was sent by his friend Silver, which is their mutual acquaintance, and how they were able to find a safe haven for her, which actually might be a dangerous haven. So London also comes from a very powerful family, only her father was so abusive. An absolute tyrant. And he assaulted this poor girl since she was like the age of 3. He is coming to Archer with a broken arm, a broken leg, some rib situation, a fractured skull. She is an absolute mess. And he's like, what are you doing at my front door? So right away, I am more attracted to the recluse. I know, that's just crazy for like a book lover to just absolutely love the male main character strictly because he is a recluse, would rather stay home and have things set a certain way. And he hates the fact that she's coming in messing with things. Now, when London first arrives, there is, female body wash in the shower. There's tampons in the bathroom. And she's like, is there a girl here and I'm going to end up losing this place to stay while I am unhoused at the moment? There's kind of that lingering question in the back of her mind of what am I coming into? Because she knows literally nothing except for his first name and his last first initials. Archer is a big old mystery to her, and London is a big old mystery to Archer. She is telling him nothing. He has no idea who she is running from and what is all happening. Now, she is actually running from an arranged marriage where her father sold her to another crime family. And as soon as Archer finds that out, once he calls Silver and gets the whole background, red flags are going up everywhere. He's like, I don't know if I want to be a part of this. This situation is going to be bananas, and I need to make sure I watch her at all times. Very early in this story, she goes to a coffee shop and runs into this gentleman who offers to buy her coffee. She obviously accepts because she is, in fact, on the run. And he finds out that she's not going to take any crap, and he was expecting more from the coffee, but he wasn't going to get it. And Archer knows all of this because the boy is a hacker, and he watched her like a hawk, made sure she didn't pay with her credit card. If she was going to pay for anything, it was with cash. And so when he's like, how did you pay for that? He already knew. He already knew because he'd be watching her on the cameras as soon as she steps out the door. Now, he also needed to buy some clothes. This was the most Pretty Woman moment in a book I have ever had. So Luna, nice work. This was great. She goes into the first clothing store, having a very rich father that she ended up leaving the family from, right? But they don't know that. And she's coming in busted up as hell, right? And they basically turn her away. They tell her where the bargain rack is, but essentially we're trying to shoo her out the door, right? So she leaves, goes to the next clothing store, and that lady was an absolute saint. She ends up spending like $2,000 on clothes because our girl is a fashion queen and she knows things. And she had similar items at home. She just wanted her key pieces. So even though she's coming up with a busted arm, busted leg, Charlotte at the clothing store was very sweet and kind and helped her. Now, to get into Archer's building, at the very, very beginning, London met this gentleman who helped her get through the locked door. Later on, when she goes to meet her friend Grace that she met at the coffee shop for some more coffee, this gentleman shows back up. Asks our girl London if she wants to go have some dinner. And she's like, I would absolutely love to. You were so kind. We find out later that this is Archer's neighbor's brother. He buys her an outfit, even though she didn't need it because she had Archer's black card and all of the accessories that she could ever want. And she buys them from the shop that previously turned her down. When I tell you a Pretty Woman moment, that was it. That was a big mistake, huge moment if I've ever seen one. So that was really exciting to see. However, when she gets to the dinner, she finds out that this gentleman, Drew, is not all that he seems. But she finds that out because Archer hacks into the system, shuts off the lights, because he's listening to his phone conversations, finding out that there's a situation where this guy is up to no good. And London is in the middle of it. And Archer did promise Silver that he was going to protect London. So he cuts everything off, gets on his motorcycle, and literally beats the crap out of Drew and takes control of the situation, grabbing London, bringing her home. After that, they did have a little bit of a situation, okay? There was some feelings and some orgasms that happened, and they were enjoyed by both parties. So, not the full act, but we got there. And then they basically said, we can never do this again. Interesting fact about Camille, she is leaving for a while and will be renting out her apartment or subletting her apartment, which is, again, Archer's neighbor. So Camille ends up allowing London to sublet her apartment, and I don't know what's going on with the Drew situation. If nobody has told her that Archer beat the crap out of Drew, has nobody told Camille, this poor girl has no idea what's happening. So there is that situation. We also got to meet the rest of Archer's family. We got to meet Ivy. We got to meet Seven. His other two brothers, Leo and August. Now, basically, his family was a crime family that is trying to go legit. And Ivy is trying to hold her brothers together, but her twin brother, Seven, is an absolute disaster zone. He's just absolutely, what do they call that? It's not psychotic. And he is a maniac in a very morally gray way, in the fact that he has no morals and doesn't understand. And he wanted Grace hard at that family dinner, hard. But it didn't happen, and that's okay. I have a feeling they are going to be the couple of book 2. We'll see for sure if that's what happens. She has found a job working at the cafe or the coffee shop that she's been meeting Grace and having her fancy coffees at. She is going to be moving into Camille's apartment and subletting that. And Archer is going to soon lose control of that, and he is not a fan. Okay, he is not a fan of not being able to protect her and keep her as if she was an OCD item. Okay, so he has been stalking her real hard digitally. And we don't 100% know what is happening that he is working on constantly. He's kind of with the family, but not. He's trying to pull himself back from that. All we know at this point is that Archer said there's no way that you can get a job. You don't have any skills. And our girl London's bet, and went and got a job and an apartment all in an hour of time. At one point, London and Archer go to the grocery store to kind of get some supplies. Somebody holds up the grocery store, the local bodega, and Archer brings down that attempted robber. Now, he has contacts, obviously, from his previous life, calls the police, they get it all cleaned up. He requests that the bodega is open for an hour of time during the week, strictly so that he can have it be safe for when him and London come grocery shopping, just to make sure that she is safe. I can't. Golden retriever, a morally gray golden retriever. Thank you. That's all I needed. So far, I am really enjoying the story. Again, I am listening to it as an ALC because I am on Luna Pierce's Sin Squad. So I'm looking forward to see where the rest of the chapters go. I'm excited to see if we hear anything more about what happened with London's background. I have a feeling there is a ton of things that we haven't even dived into yet. And there's also so much mystery about why Archer is the way he is, because it seems like from Ivy and his brothers that he actually used to go out and do things. Thank you guys for going with me on this journey. I know that this is very chaotic and very amateurish and probably super cringy, but guess what? We're going to do it. We're going to buddy read this book. I'm excited to have this kind of rundown with you guys. I do think that we're going to find out that Dovito, whoever London had her arranged marriage to, is who they're trying to get this deal to go through with Leo and Archer and Seven and all of that family. I have a feeling he's behind it, and you're going to find out that there's going to be some major ties that are broken between the two families and some issues with that deal. So that's kind of my predictions on where the story is going to go. Let's find out together. Thank you guys for being here, and I will see you soon. I don't think I breathed that entire time. I think I filmed all of that in one breath. I'm exhausted.